And you understand hating pictures of yourself, but you think you look terrible in all of yours. I think a lot of people hate pictures of themselves, but then they look in the mirror and they feel less bad. I think pictures can be tough. I don't like pictures of myself. And everyone around me will look at those pictures and be like, I think you look really good in this one. Oh, I like this picture. We'll take a picture together and they'll be like, oh, everyone looks so cute. And I'm like, I've just learned to tune it out. But then I love myself in the mirror. Like I look at the mirror and I'm like, yay. I look at a picture, I'm like, ah. It's just, I think your brain just does that. I think your brain just does it. I've always been like that. So I'm just like, I'm just not going to pay attention. I'm just going to ignore it. Right? Yeah, same as voice. Right. Same when you hear your own voice. To this day, I'm a lot more used to hearing my own voice, but I hate hearing clips of myself if I can avoid it. When I'm like ready for it and I sit down and listen to it, it's fine. But if I'm in a room and someone just pulls up a video of me talking on their phone, I'm like, turn it off. You know, like, shut that shit off. That's just me. I don't know. It's different when you're prepared for it. Oh, I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I can't. I don't even like hate hearing my voice. I just something about it. Something about it. You never re-listen to voice notes you've sent? Imagine recording voice notes for yourself so you can remember stuff, but then you can't listen to them because you hate them. Oh, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. You used to work in a call center. You would sit with your manager once a month and listen back to a call you did. They made you listen to them with a manager? I would hate that. Oh, I would hate that so much. You have a very nice voice. Thank you. I mean, well, for me, the issue is like when you talk, you hear your voice in your head, right? Like there are vibrations occurring and your voice always sounds lower in your head and sounds a little bit different. There's a lot of like nuance that you can hear that doesn't come out and get picked up by a microphone. So when I hear myself talking and recording, I'm like, that's not what I sound like, you know? And then I'm just like, yeah, I'm pixels. But I just like hear it and I'm like, that doesn't sound like me. So it's hard to like listen back to a recording and feel like I said that, you know? I also, the tone that I use when I talk isn't how I feel when I talk at all. And I don't know how to describe this, but sometimes I'll listen back to a clip of myself and I feel like the way I sound is not how I felt like I sounded when I was talking at all. I feel that way often, actually, really often. So the way I talk just comes out however it comes out. And when I hear myself back, I'm like, did I say it like that? It's not word choice. It's just like tone or whatever. I don't know. I think a lot of folks, feel that way. Feel that way. Feel that way. Feel that with the volume.
In my head.
Yeah.
Actually me.
Yeah, no, for real. And I don't have a very like high pitch leaning voice. I can go up. I can't really go very far down from here. I kind of speak at a comfortable like lower point in my voice. I can go up from here, but I don't usually. I don't know. So there's a cool cadence in your voice. Appreciate this sort of tone. There's a good warmth to it. This may sound stupid, but I appreciate there's this quiet confidence about it. I guess so, but at the same time, like something I've always dealt with my whole life was people thinking that I think differently than I do because of the way I talk, but it's not intended, you know? So like if I read about something that I thought was cool and then I'm sharing it and I'm just like, did you know XYZ? I would get comments when I was like in school. Yeah, like you said, like people calling you know-it-all. Usually not that bad. But I would occasionally get comments in school where people would be like, thinking that like, I don't know, they would be like, they would say, sometimes it was positive and I would always have to try and shoot this down. They would be like, oh, you sound like you know so much about that thing. And I would be like, no, I read about it. Or they'd ask me more questions about X thing. And they'd be like, it sounds like you, let's say it's like geography of Eurasia, right? I'd be like, oh man, did you know like this country is like the only landlocked whatever, something. Because I read about it once and I thought it was cool and I'm just sharing a fact, right? And then someone would be like, wow, you fucking, you know everything about this. And I'd be like, no, I don't. But I always wondered, why would they think that about me, but not about someone else next to me who could say the same thing? They just share a fact that they read about. Why do they have that opinion of me, but then not them? And I guess it's my tone, right? I don't know. Interested in topic, voice tones always throw people off. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's because I'm just like genuinely really interested in this stuff. Right? Like I talk about it because I'm really interested in it. And I try to take interest in like everything, practically everything around me. So I think that's maybe why the tone comes out the way. I don't know. It's hard. People can get enthusiasm and confidence mixed for sure. Yeah. But I think if you just take what I say and write it down, I don't think it comes off that way because the words in my head don't feel that way. I don't know. I've always felt with that though.
This is probably why people think it's super serious over here, but the actual topics are like poop delis half the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Confident tone of voice makes your facts 300% more factual.
Thugs. Speak very matter of fact. Your tone sounds direct and authoritative. I guess so. I think I'm just a really direct person. I really think that's it. That's all. I don't know, dog. Have you always been naturally curious, or was it something that you cultivated? It's something my mother cultivated. If I didn't take an interest in something, she'd be like, what, are you not interested? You don't want to know about the world around you? And I would get, not in a bad way, I would get low-key shamed for it. So if I was, let's say we were sitting around and I saw a leaf shape that was different on a tree than something, I'd be like, oh, that leaf has 5 points. And my mom would be like, do you know why that is? I'd be like, no. And if I didn't go like, why? Tell me, or sit there and look at her and let her tell me, if I just like turned away and was like, anyway, a butterfly, you know, she'd be like, oh, you don't want to know? Okay, I just won't tell you. You don't have to know anything about trees. It's not like they're all over the world. She wouldn't always be like passive aggressive like that at all, but like, you know what I mean? She'd basically like insinuate that I just don't want to learn. And I'd be like, actually, I do though. And so it was instilled in me really young, like, you should be curious though, actually. And yeah, so it genuinely, I like rarely would be like, I don't want to know what that is. Or if, yeah, she was just using reverse psychology on me. If I was, and that's when I was like really little, you know, and I pretty early on learned like, okay, it's better. You could know things if you just look them up. You can just go to the library and read shit. So, you know, I think that was instilled in me pretty young. Is it me going on Wikipedia dives? Yeah, I'm one of those. Like, I love to just, I don't know. I see a little thing somewhere and I'm like, how does that work? And then I go look up how it works. And then next thing you know, I'm like 3 articles deep on whatever that thing is. And I just like to read about shit. That's like, I don't know. And then someone will be like, that's a cool looking leaf. And I'll be like, did you know that trees undergo respiration on the underside of their leaves? And there are these 2 cells called guard cells that look like they're like the number 11, like they're like straight next to each other. And then they like open to allow an open airflow. And I'll just start saying this shit because I would be like, how do trees breathe? And then I look it up and I'm like, that's cool. You know? Nowhere in that interaction am I like, I want you to know I'm a fucking tree expert, right? I'm just like, hey, this is cool. Right? Yeah, right. And I go 10 tabs deep on how do trees breathe.
My grandpa nurtured my ability to be curious and learn. I'm sure he'd be proud of me for using that skill to research which horse girl is the best.
It's what Grampy would have wanted. It's what he would have wanted. You're looking up food and somehow end up on different types of worms for soils. I don't even have a garden, and I regularly watch this YouTube channel of some guy that just shows like advanced gardening. And I'm just like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, agriculture. You know? I don't know, man. I'll never understand doomsday prepping. I'm like, you really want to live in a bunker for 6 months and not know what's on the outside? Take me the fuck out. Doomsday's coming. I'm gonna stand outside and look up, you know, like I'm no thanks. I'm good.